Hey everyone, it's Deacon082 and welcome back to Pokemon Emerald Mono Water Challenge. In the last episode, we were making our way north through to Fortree City, and in this episode, we are going to continue through the long grass. And on this route, you have some Linoons that can appear, and they're evolved forms of Zigzagoon, and they're actually pretty powerful. So, if they use Headbutt from a Linoon is stronger than you'd expect, and it can do a lot of damage. So you better be prepared, because these guys don't often go down in one hit, even if you have something really strong. So, and there's also some more double battles here, so let's get one going with a Parasol Lady and a Bird Keeper. So, not the greatest setup, but it's a Goldeen and a Swellow. So we could probably handle it. We should probably take out the Swellow, but you know what? Fake Out and Surf will do the trick. In this case, I brought in Jex and Muchacho here for this episode. Swellow does not quite go down, so Muchacho could be in a weird spot. So I'm just gonna go double Surf, and Muchacho is actually faster than Swellow, which is pretty awesome for this situation. Jex gains a level, Peru gains a level, and both Pokemon go down, so that's pretty good. And, yep, there's another set of trainers down. Now, there are, multiple different paths you can take through here. For this path, you have to have the Mach Bike, which we have it, but I'm going to go the other way. I think there's actually a trainer you can only reach by going up there, but I may be wrong. I think you can get to him another way. So, like I said, this route's really good for training, especially if you're running a team full of water types. So, I'm going to take out most of the wild Pokemon we see. Here's an Elixir, restores PP, and here is another Zigzagoon. Sometimes I just won't feel like fighting him because, this is a Zigzagoon, and we can't escape from a Zigzagoon, and it's got super effective Pin Missile. So, maybe we can escape this time. There we go. Okay, so up here we have a single battle with a Bird Keeper and a rock. Oh, it's just a little kid hiding behind a rock. Okay, so it's a Kindler and a Ninja Boy, and I think the Kindler's gonna have a tough time here because he's got two Pokemon. The first one's gonna die from Surf. The second one's gonna die from Surf. So yeah, the thing about Gen 3 double battles is that the trainer sends in their next Pokemon immediately, so it gets to be killed by the next attack, which makes it a lot more difficult for planning in some cases with how often there are moves that affect both opponents. If you're doing competitive double battling, of course. Just single player, you're not going to be dying too much by these multi-hit attacks and having to switch in something afterwards. But yeah, that battle was insanely easy. I question this guy for using fire types on this route. But anyway, like I said, if you had the Mach Bike, you could sneak by a trainer by going behind him, but we can come up here and fight him anyway. Bird Keeper Hugh with a Wingull. I don't think this guy will be too good for me, so let's go to Peru. Peru's been EXP sharing most of this just because really low HP and not so good defenses compared to the rest of them, and it's not very good at taking hits, personally. But I think it can handle a Wingull pretty well. That is, if it can hit through Confusion. Nope, of course not. So, Peru is in danger of being killed by a Wingull. Yep, this is not good. Maybe we can hit this time. Yep, there we go. Peru. Good job, Peru. And next up is a Tropius, and I'm going to switch for this one because we can go to Stamps and fire off a few wing attacks and take it out. Tropius Grass Flying. It's a pretty cool Pokemon. People think it needs an evolution. I don't remember if it got a Mega Evolution or not, but Mega Tropius would look really cool. Maybe it will in the future if it hasn't already. I will say its shiny form looks really odd, so Not one of my personal favorites in that sense. But here we are up at the Weather Institute, and we have these goons on lookout duty. And they don't want us to go near the Weather Institute because it's apparently not safe. So you know what I have to say to that. We're going in. But inside the Weather Institute, we have a little boy who was sleeping and everyone went upstairs. Well, that does not sound good. But we get a healing spot here, which is really nice because now we can go back to Taiwan. And I think we'll go Taiwan and Jex because there may be a double battle ahead. But this is Team Aqua, and this is the first real fight with a bunch of Team Aqua grunts all at once. So first up is a Carvanha, and these guys, the easy method for them, just ignore the not very effective and just hit them with a surf because they take so much damage from special moves and you don't take any damage. So there we go. Carvanha goes down. Peru grows to level 30. I don't know when it evolves. And as is typical in this series, when I say I don't know when something evolves, it happens to be the level it gets to. So there we go. Peru evolves into Crawdaunt. Crawdaunt is pretty cool. I like it a lot. I've never used one though. Its HP is still pretty low, but it can't be critical hit, which is awesome. It's got really nice attack. 90 attack at level 30. That puts it well above anyone else on my team. It's kind of slow. It's also got the highest defense on my team, I believe. No, Pelipper. Pelipper's got good defense, though. And 90 attack Vice Grip is why I personally held out for Vice Grip. I think we will now give it the Silk Scarf to make its normal type moves a little stronger. So, oh well, I was gonna switch in Peru, but I forgot to. So, a Zubat. I'm just gonna take this one out first, and we'll use Crawdaunt upstairs. How about that? All right, Zubat goes down, and next up is a Poochyena. I could have switched it in there, but not too concerned. Taiwan's falling behind anyway. Just because I think Whalmer's in a slow experience group too. But anyway, now we will go to Peru. And I guess Taiwan's second in case there's a double battle. Okay, yes there is a double battle. So apparently the Weather Institute created a Pokemon that has something to do with the weather. And we actually weren't looking for that weather Pokemon. We were just coming in here because we can't go to Fortree City yet. So we're gonna fight Team Aqua Grunt and Team Aqua Grunt with Poochyena and Zubat. So, Peru can just fire off a Vice Grip while, I guess, Surf and kill them both. But that's a really strong Vice Grip. Taiwan levels up, and next up, double Poochyena. And too bad. Oh, one of them goes down with a critical. Did not expect that. Well, I guess we'll have to use Stamps now. Wing attack, Surf should kill whatever is ahead of us. Probably a Zubat. Nope, Carvanha. Well, that might live this. It might. Yep, it does. Yeah, the easy way, just Surf everything, because that is how you do it. Okay. And there's two Team Aqua Grunts down. Next up. Well, let's see what they have to say. What they really want isn't here. So, they want to control the weather, but they don't. That's not what they really want. So that's a little cryptic, but they apparently want something rare. So I guess that Pokemon that can control the weather is rare, but it's not their real intention. Will we ever see what their real intention is? Well, we probably will really soon here. So, yeah. But first we have to deal with all kinds of stuff. How's our special attack? I don't think it's very good, so Surf definitely won't kill. Or it does, okay. Our special attack is better than Taiwan's, which would make sense because we're evolved. Let me take a look at that. 50. Wow, 63 special attack too. That's not too bad. So we can fire off some pretty strong Surfs too if we need to. I'm liking Crawdaunt a lot right now. So let's try out Crawdon, because apparently this woman has captured the 3 guys back there. Look like the guys who work at the Weather Institute, and we're apparently simply ignorant. But we're also fearless, and we're cute. But we're also disgusting. That actually describes me very well. And this girl has some really nice hair, or maybe that is... What am I thinking of? Maybe it's like a red bronzer on the back of them. I don't know. Yeah, that probably didn't make any sense, but that's just like the type of shape it is. Next up is a Mightyena. Mightyena has Intimidate, so it's going to make our physical attacks not too good. But like I said, we have pretty good special attack too. Well, now our physical attack is higher. And this is actually a dangerous situation because our attack is so high that if we hit ourselves in confusion, it's going to do a lot of damage to ourselves. But luckily we hit through that. And that was disappointing how easy that was. So now Team Aqua has to deal with both us and Team Magma. But we have a situation. A Team Magma mob just ran by and they're headed for Mount Pyre. So Team Aqua's headed after them. And we're going to pick up a Cast Form, which is actually the rare Pokemon that can control the weather here. And they have plenty of them, so we can take it. But anyway, let's see where Mount Pyre is on the map. Mount Pyre is actually over here. So we have to go through Fortree City and through another really long route. Actually, 2 routes to get to Mount Pyre. So we'll be doing that in a bit, but we can't just get ahead of ourselves because there's a lot of places we have to go. But anyway, the most important thing about this Cast Form for us, it's not a water type. It can be a water type if it's raining. So I won't actually I think I will show that off. But the most important thing, let me bring it in for Taiwan for a minute just to show that off. What Cast Form does in the rain, because it happens to be raining on this route. So when you send in a Cast Form, it changes its type and appearance based on the weather. So it just became a water type. And if you make it hail, for example, it becomes an ice type. And you can actually exploit this because you can teach it all kinds of moves. So with hail, for example, since we're an ice type, Powder Snow does more damage, which is really cool. And we could also, if we wanted to, we could become a fire type. So if Oddish decides to use some kind of grass type move on us, it wouldn't be very effective. So we can just do all sorts of things, change the weather at will. I'm going to go back to water type Cast Form because this is a water type run after all. And I guess we'll finish off this Oddish with Powder Snow. Might not kill it because we're not ice type anymore. Oh, but we freeze it, so that is just as good. And now I suppose we'll finish it off. Cast Form gets a really interesting move called Weather Ball, which changes its type based on the weather. So you can go with a bunch of weather-changing moves, like Rain Dance, Hail, Sunny Day, and then have a Weather Ball move that changes its type. So you can be prepared for almost anything if you have a Cast Form. However, its stats aren't that good, but it does have an interesting item called the Mystic Water, and as far as I know, this is the only way to get it. It boosts the power of Water-type moves, which, as you can probably tell, for our team, that will be a really helpful item. I am going to give it to Taiwan because I just have Taiwan holding the Soothe Bell for now. So, that is going to make any Pokemon who's holding it, their water moves will be a little more powerful, which can be helpful. So, now that we're done with that, Team Aqua's gone, so we can head east from the Weather Institute, and not going to check the map again because we've done that too much, but that will take us to Fortree City eventually. So, next time on Pokemon Emerald Water Type Challenge, we will be continuing eastward towards Fortree City. And so, this has been Deacon082, and I will see you guys next time.